I'm Chef Nugs, and this is Highly Seasoned. After 5 years of being in the Army and 7 years of cooking, I've decided to dedicate my life to bringing awareness to the emerging Canada cuisine culture. It's not just about getting high, it's about helping veterans, the disabled, and enlightening society to the benefits of medical marijuana. Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Highly Seasoned. I am Chef Nugs, and we're doing a special episode because we're at my friend Thomas's house, and we're kicking it with the great and the almighty C Money and the Players Inc. band. And they're going to be doing a great, awesome, amazing acoustic set in the middle of our show. But first, we got to get our brunch cooked. What, another brunch you say? That's right, another brunch. We're doing an LA style Mexican. So, let's get cooking. So for this week, we're only going to need a few things. We're making 3 different items though, okay? We're going to do it a little different today. We're going to start with the soup. That's going to be our Nugs. It's a Mexican beef soup. It's delicious. We're going to do a huevos rancheros, which is kind of like a breakfast tostada is the best way I can think of saying it. And to accompany that, we're going to have some sangria because sangria is delicious and brunch and alcohol. It all goes hand in hand. I'm excited for today. So, all right, we're going to start with 2 cups of onions. We're also going to have about 2 cups of chopped carrots. I have salsa verde, salsa roja, which is a red and a green salsa. I have some enchilada sauce. I have meatballs that I've already hand rolled. They're already cooked. I have 1 quart of black beans, and I have 2 cups of marinara sauce, which is actually medicated, and that'll be hitting dispensaries here soon. If not, hit me up on chefnugs.com because I'll be selling a lot of it. We're also going to be using chorizo, some regular eggs, the tostada shells, special Mexican cheese. So we're gonna take our 2 cups of onions. Oh yeah, nice and sexy. We're gonna cook these down a little bit, make them a little translucent. You can also throw your celery in at the same time, that's okay. So the ingredients that we're using today, onions, celery, and carrots. That is called a mirepoix. That is a French-based name. They call it mirepoix because when you say mirepoix, it's always carrots, onions, and celery. Never changes. So these are looking pretty translucent. We're going to take our meatballs at this point. Just dump them on in. What we're going to do is take our tomato paste. Just dump it all in. Very simple, not too hard. I'm a big fan of this soup because when I was in the Army, me and my buddies would go party every weekend, and Sundays was our recovery day. Because Monday you go to work, right? So we never woke up in time for breakfast. We always did brunch. And we used to always, like, our favorite brunch was our Mexican brunches. And we always did huevos rancheros and a bondiga soup. It was one of my most favorite things to eat because of them. And now, I get to put weed in it. Life is good sometimes. So, we got crispy meatballs. Onions are looking good. Celery is looking good. I'm going to go ahead and dump in my tomato paste. Oh yeah, look at that. While that's warming up, I'm going to take my paprika. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of paprika. Take about a tablespoon of salt. Tablespoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of cumin. We're just gonna let all that blend up right now. It's smelling so good. Now at this point, this isn't coming up to temp. I'm gonna take my carrots, and just dump them on in. So from here, we're gonna take our chicken stock. Any chicken stock will do, low sodium, whatever you want, doesn't matter. We're gonna go ahead and pour it in. Looking for about 3 to 5 cups. You wanna bring it over the meatballs. Make sure everything's completely covered. Then we just give it a nice stir to get everything off the bottom. So from here, we're going to reduce the heat to about a medium flame. We're going to just let that sit until we're ready to eat. All right.
Nugs tonight. We need that.
Yeah! So from here, we're gonna take our pot in a high flame, take just a little bit of olive oil right on the pot right there. You're gonna take your chorizo. You're just gonna squeeze it out of the tube like so. Looking for that sexy sizzle that we're always talking about. There it is. Boom. Oh yeah, just a big old sexy meat log. Look at that. Now a lot of people don't know what makes this is really just kind of like almost like a ground beef, pretty much. It's kind of like pate style, but it's made of the paprika and the chorizo that everybody loves, and they don't even know that's what it is. It's so bomb. It's my favorite. So chorizo is super easy to cook. All we're gonna do is kind of smash it out a little bit, kind of get it flat. You kind of cook chorizo like you cook ground beef. All right, as you can see, it's all breaking down into just chunky meat. This is done. Just turn off your heat. And what I do is I'm just gonna put it in a bowl, set it to the side, let it start cooling off just a tad. All the liquid is okay, you can let it sit in the liquid. As we start plating, you use a slotted spoon to get rid of a lot of the grease, so don't worry about that. Okay, so from here we're just going to take a couple eggs into our hot pot with hot oil. Like so. Boom, super sexy. Never go wrong with eggs. So for the last part, we're gonna make rice for our bon negas. Now I'm gonna teach you the white boy way to do it. Doesn't really matter. It's gonna be flavorful no matter what you do. This is a super easy trick. My grandma actually showed me this. We're gonna take half a lime, Squeeze as much juice as you can physically get out of that lime without getting any seeds or pulp in there. And you're gonna take about 3 cups of some enchilada sauce. Just kind of mix it together. Very simple procedure. This is gonna be our Spanish rice for albóndigas. So all you're doing is making sure the rice is completely coated with the sauce. We're good to go. Let's plate up some food. You know what goes great with this meal? Sangria. All I did was take 2 apples, a red and a green, took an orange, took off the skin, soaked in normal sangria. From here, all we're gonna do is take our cups that I already have ice in, pour a little bit of the fruit on top of the ice. I give it 2 spoonfuls because I like fruit in my sangria. I think it's the best way to drink it. Well, thanks guys again for coming. I super appreciate it.
Whoa. This was phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
You know what I like about this?
That was phenomenal.
Is the cheese gives it like a little bit of a creamy texture, but then when you get the egg yolk involved with the medicated hot sauces, because the red and the green sauces are where the medication is in this dish.
Wow.
Nice. And you mix a little bit with chorizo, it becomes like this flavor profile that just completely just blows your mind when you put it in your mouth every time. It's almost as good as the first bite every time. What is your guys' musical influences and background?
Well, my background, I'm from the New York area, New England, so my influences really stem from everywhere. Jazz to funk to reggae. It really helps with this project.
Yeah, it's definitely a melting pot out there.
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What about you, Money?
I'm from North Carolina originally, and I think adds to with playing trumpet. I've definitely a lot of marching band growing up, that whole Southern swang, and then discovering reggae music. It really just kind of clicked, and I just was able to make a career out of that, and influenced by everything. I can honestly say I really am influenced, and we are with our music, by a little bit of everything. And just trying to take what makes people move and groove, and how you can really get a vibe across.
All right, guys. Another question. How has cannabis influenced your guys' career?
Wow, I can honestly say I think cannabis really has influenced our lives in general. I had a really positive upbringing with, my dad was a veteran of the Vietnam War, and he was a disabled vet.
Much love to him.
He was also a diabetic, and he regulated his appetite with cannabis, and I was always around it, and it's amazing, the tolerance for that, and then how that infuses itself into culture. I mean, you discover reggae music, and you're like, oh, these guys are cooking with it, and eating it, and smoking it, and it's amazing how all that is played, and no matter where I go, every band I've ever been in, especially being in Slightly Stoopid, you know, that is a super pro cannabis organization.
Yeah.
We were able to do a lot, and it's amazing that in just my lifetime, seeing what the movement has become.
And how did it influence you with your music and your life?
It's always been around, and I think it's opened, you know, my eyes to different things. Moving out to California, I mean, back growing up in the East Coast, I mean, it's New England. It's very, it's very high class, high society. They frown upon it. So moving out here was, you know, opened my eyes, being like, wow, it's right in your face. It's like, go anywhere. It's amazing.
With music too, though, we're all fighting the battle together, man.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
like, I mean, Bob Marley had such an amazing political influence through his music. He changed the way Jamaicans live to this day, all through the power of music. So it's, you know, we're fighting the same war hand in hand. We're definitely on the front lines together.
Cheers to that. I really.
Cheers to that.
That's what makes California again unique, though, is adding the medicated kind of element to it all, and taking that up a notch, and really using food to really just balance everything, and that's really what it's all about.
It really is.
All these problems with people not knowing what nutrition is, or families not cooking right. It's like, yo,
McDonald's
don't
pizza every
overcomplicate
night.
it. This is what's up. Some home-cooked meals and people sitting around and sharing, you know, a little bit of time together, and that really is important.
It is, you know, one thing. If I could preach anything on this show besides the fact that medical marijuana is not a crime, being a chef, the next thing that I would preach to the United States is bring back family dinners, man.
Absolutely.
A family that eats together stays together for life. Food is so much more than filling your stomach. It is a spiritual aspect to food that you don't get through any other source in this world. So, like I said before, make time, eat with your family. It's all about the love. Thanks for showing up again this week. This is how you do medicated brunches in Los Angeles. You just got baked. A lot of people don't know, I skateboard, I cook, and I play fucking bongos.
Epic. man. You know,
Yeah, what are you doing
like,
later,
this
man?
is
Yeah, let's do
this,
this, man. I fucking that was fun.